What's up guys, it's Runa, your new favorite reaction, commentary, and in general, favorite YouTuber. Welcome back to RUNACY. Today we're gonna go right back into another Reddit video. Today we're covering a story on r/marriage, a place where people on the internet go to discuss their marriages with strangers. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. This post is by Equipment Turbulent 67. It was posted on July 23rd, 2023. The title reads, "My wife cannot get over the fact that my ex-wife is marrying a millionaire." Why does she care? Is this jealousy I sense? This is strange. Is this her like, oh man, I should have waited? Does she have some sort of beef with the ex-wife? Is she like keeping tabs on her? Why is she keeping tabs on her? This is strange. Huh. Anyway, this person is using a throwaway account. And as we mentioned in the previous video, a throwaway account is just an account that people make for a specific purpose, whether it's for a specific set of subreddits or whether it's for a specific story. It's just a separate account from their main one because for some reason, perhaps they have people who know them, or perhaps they're writing about someone who has access to that Reddit account. For some reason, they don't want people to see the other posts that they've made. It's really just for anonymity. All right. With that covered, let's get right into the post. I don't know what's gotten into my wife. When we met, I was still married to my ex-wife. I immediately understand. She's just the other woman. She just likes to be the other woman. Let's keep reading though. I'm not proud about it, but my wife started at our job and we slept together after a party. This was about 6 years ago. My ex found out when she saw nudes on my phone. It broke her and ended our marriage. I married my wife a year later. How you get them is how you lose them. I'm just gonna say that. Everything was fine and my children have gradually forgiven me, and much of it was thanks to my ex, who insisted that I was still their father and that I loved my children. They never liked my wife, however, because they, at least my daughter, have overheard her talking badly about how fat and old their mother was and how she was no competition. Bro, why are you with this woman? She's disrespecting the mother of your kids. That's not okay. And also that's a red flag. Even if we go past the moral aspect of it, that's a red flag. That's a sign that this is going to be unhealthy for both your kids and for you. This is a dramatic person. This is a drama queen. Now my ex is happily engaged to a man who is very well off. My wife was depressed ever since she heard that, making comments about what he sees in her and how it wouldn't last. She's Googled everything about him, his net worth, properties, social media accounts, and she doesn't stop talking about him. Why? Get a life, girl. I got very wary, and this last week she's been extra depressed and angry, not sleeping, and she cried several times. When she was finally taking a nap, I took her phone and saw that she has sent the new fiance some flirtatious texts via Instagram, even one nude. Divorce! Goodbye! You get no one now. How you get them is how you lose them. I'm telling you, this is poetic. I mean, it's kind of gross, but this is disgusting poetry. We write romantic poetry about what dying truly is. Fall off the grid. He only answered the first DMs when she introduced herself, congratulated him about the engagement, and told him they were basically a family soon. Okay, normal. Like, that's a little extra. I don't think I'd do that, but that's, if she were normal, that would be normal. That's actually, in fact, sweet if she were normal. When she was getting more flirtatious, he stopped answering and her DMs were left on scene. This was last week, the pictures. I don't know why this guy writes like this. Is he thinking as he's writing? Like, this is last week. The pictures, that is. Like, you could just edit and say the pictures were sent last week. I don't know. That's just me though. That's just me. I called my ex-wife and she confirmed that her fiance has been receiving these texts and they were embarrassed and unsure what to do, so they ignored her. Reasonable. I confronted my wife and she became very angry, saying that I have embarrassed her by talking to my ex. Girl, you embarrassed me by flirting with my ex's new man. What is this?
This is really embarrassing.
What is this Darvo? At least the Arvo. She was crying when I told her that my ex was the one who suggested that they just ignore her and not say anything. Isn't that better for her? Yeah, right? Like, yeah, if you're trying to flirt with a guy and it's not actually the guy who's rejecting you, but his new girl, like, isn't that better for you as the cheater? Like, you're not getting rejected by the guy who you're trying to flirt with. It's his girlfriend, or fiance in this case. She admitted that she sent these, but it was just because she felt my ex was a bitch that didn't deserve a fiance like hers with lots of money. This is narcissistic behavior, TBH. I don't demonize narcissists. I love the cluster B. I keep my distance from them these days, but I have love for the cluster B. It's just that this literally is narcissistic behavior. It's a total lack of a sense of self and the desire to obtain a sense of self through other people. It could even be borderline. but it seems more narcissistic to me. All the cluster B are quite similar. That's why they're a cluster. But mad, bad, sad, or sad, mad, bad, whatever it is. ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Let's do me. ABC. 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and me, girl. Okay. Anyway, my ex-wife would be living in a 19th century penthouse. She also told me that I was the one who'd driven her to this, since she never felt like she's won me completely. That I married her after my divorce was a fact. I made her insecure. What? You can't marry two people at the same time. There is quite literally no other way to marry someone. As far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but as far as I know, you can only be married to one person at a time. Like, what? Anyway, she's lying anyway. She has a low sense of self, and she's trying to find it through other people and controlling the emotions of other people and deciding what people deserve and don't deserve. It gives her power. I don't understand. I thought we were happy, that she was happy. She always told me how she loved me. I feel guilty, like I've made her miserable and drove her to be this insecure, but at the same time, I'm very pissed. You did nothing, what? I don't understand how people fall for this stuff. Maybe one of these days I will. Maybe I'll get my karma and I'll be like, oh, I see how people fall for it, but as of right now, I don't even know. The OP has mentioned some ages, so he is 41, his current wife is 33, his ex-wife is 43, and his ex-wife's current fiance is anywhere from 40 to 45. He's not sure about his age. Kitty Tigris says, so your mistress is upset that she bet on the wrong horse and has serious regrets? That's basically exactly what I was saying, but put much better than the way I was saying it. That's excellently said. I'd re-examine the entire relationship once I find that she DM'd the new fiance with nudes. Honestly, I'd probably tell her to pack up and leave and then apologize to my ex-wife for her behavior and wish my ex well. Reasonable. The OP responds saying, she swore that she wasn't interested in him, just that she felt that my ex wasn't worth what she's getting and that she, the ex, has been smug and arrogant about it, so my wife thought she wanted to give her a wake-up call. Her words. Cluster B behavior, as I'm saying. I believe that to some extent. I think it's both. I think subconsciously, it's what Kitty Tigris says, but she knows that she can't get the guy, but she totally would if she could. She would totally hop to the other guy if she could get him. But since she can't, she's going for the other reason, which is also true, which is that she doesn't feel like the ex is worth it because she's jealous of her for some odd reason. I mean, I could figure it out if I think about it for long enough, but I don't really feel like thinking about this for long enough. I don't care about this woman. She's old news. Braith Rose says, this is exactly what cheating gets you. Choosing short-term validation and orgasms over real love, emotional labor, patience, and grace. Unless you realize why marrying her was a mistake, you're doomed to repeat this. Unless your only goal was to save face once you realized you took a nasty dump all over your first marriage. The reason she's turned into a banshee is because she wasn't with you out of agape or real deep love. She was with you because it made her feel better about herself. Women who play these games will always be looking for outside sources of validation to fill the hole where their self-esteem should be. Otherwise, they wouldn't be fighting over sloppy seconds and prizes. They are called pick-me's and have warped self-esteem. They make reactionary choices for cheap validation and kibbles instead of retrospecting on what would really make them happy. I've been there. But I retrospect on what really would make me happy, and I think doing that legitimately made me feel less jealous about people who win other things. Like, yeah, you have your victories. I'm glad you're happy. I have my own desires in life, and that will make me happy. So good for you. You get to be a model, you get to be an actress, you get to be a singer. That's great. I want to do something different because that's not where I want my life to be. If that is really where I wanted my life to be, then I would work towards that. But still, I would want my own successes, not other people's successes. You know what I mean? So I can't say I haven't been there. I have. But this is good advice. Being above your first wife was really important to her, and now that fantasy bubble has popped because she found out she disgraced herself for an average guy. You made this bed. So true. That last sentence was beautifully said. That's so true as well. That is what's happening. And yeah, if I had thought about it for longer, I'd probably arrive there. So thanks for doing the thinking for me, Braith Rose. OP responds to that saying, I admit it was to save face, marrying my wife. Why does he keep saying things like this? Why not just say, I admit marrying my wife was to save face? Whatever. I admit it was to save face, marrying my wife. That's why I feel guilty now and not just outright pissed. I still love my ex, and even though I'm happy she is happy again, I regret what I did every day. I think my wife knows this. That's why I'm not as pissed as I should be. We have an update 2 days later. July 25th, 2023. Hi everyone, this is an update about my situation. We are getting divorced. I have had multiple conversations with my wife about what she did, but unfortunately she doesn't seem to see how bad it is what she's done. She says that she never was interested in my ex's fiance and just wanted to make a point to herself more than anyone, and that she still believes she could take him if she wanted. She doesn't consider what she did cheating, it was a test. That's really stupid. You can only do that when you're single. She said that if she really didn't love me, she would have left a long time ago because she can get whoever she wants. I was speechless hearing her rage and cry, but I was done. Cluster B behavior. I don't know if it's narcissistic or borderline. Probably narcissistic, but this is cluster B behavior. Once again, I love my cluster Bs. Stay away from me at this point in my life, but I got love for you. It's just that this is what it is. This is what it is. I was speechless hearing her rage and cry, but I was done. We don't have children, and we have very few joint assets to divide. She will stay in the house until she can find a place to go, but then we are done. She is raging and calling me all sorts of names, but I guess I'm just so very tired and done now. Thanks for the wake-up call. I know I'm a person, but maybe it is time for me to stop punishing myself for what I did. My wife was my constant reminder of the damage I had done, and maybe deep down I knew she was a bad person, but I felt that I didn't deserve better because I'm a bad person too. Worse even. But maybe enough is enough, and I need to stop punishing myself. I have 2 wonderful children, so maybe I'm not just bad. For any legal advice, remember I'm not from wherever you come from, and I'm not disclosing my identity or location, so please don't bother me with legal advice. Why are people giving him legal advice? I'm not from wherever you come from. Bro, are you from Antarctica? What is this? Yeah, a little bit. I was going through the comments a little bit. The wife is blocked by them on all social media, and he's not going to try to get back with his wife because he knows that she deserves better. But yeah, this was a crazy story. This was kind of insane. Thank you guys so much for watching up until this point. Make sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. I would be dying to hear your thoughts. I need to know. But thank you guys for choosing this video of all the videos to watch. Could have been anyone, and she chose mine. It's so sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching up until this point. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you liked it. Make sure to leave a thumbs down on this video if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you want to. Don't subscribe if you don't want to. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Going to relax your feelings when times get too hard. Oh yeah, night and day, going to relax your feelings. There's no time to explain. Ooh.